exciting. Okay, let's get into it. I wanted to touch on the fact that we have just finished having the full moon in Gemini at its peak. So now the percentage of the fullness starts to decrease. Okay, so when that happens, it means that the frequency or the vibration of the moon starts to decrease as well. Okay, so that's what we're expecting at the moment. Everyone concentrates so much on the full moons and the new moons and what we're going to do and how we're going to be influenced by those frequencies and those energies. But what happens in between the full and the new moon is equally as important. So if we take, hey Janelle, thanks for popping in. If we take the full moon in Gemini, okay, so that's a restless energy. And the next thing, so the moon goes in between all of our zodiacs, okay, between 2 and 3 days, so it shifts into a new sign. So that's why we have different moods and different influences. Okay, so the moon is a gigantic magnetic ball in the sky. It makes the tides go, and because we're predominantly water, obviously we're going to have an effect on where the moon is sitting and what sort of influence it has over us, I suppose. So hello everyone. Okay, so Cancer moon, so the moon is at home in Cancer, okay, and what that means is that is strongest. It functions really, really well there, and it's the healing time. So that Gemini full moon, we're a little bit restless. We're not really sure what to do with our energy or how things are going to transpire. We're a little bit on edge, perhaps. Some people are highly emotional at the moment for the whole range of emotions, not just, cranky or anything like that. And then, of course, when it goes into Cancer, we start to heal some of that restlessness and start to feel a little bit catch our breath, I suppose. So straight after Cancer is Leo. And Leo is about the sense of pride and being able to help people. Hey, I survived this fire. Here's a bucket of water. Help me. Let me help you put your fire out. Those sorts of things. And then from that, the moon goes into Virgo, which is action orientated. So you're taking this newfound healing and newfound inspirational look at what you've learned and where you've come from, and now you want to start putting it into action and really feel those actions. And Virgo likes to line everything up, so crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's. From Virgo, obviously, it goes into Libra. So when it goes into Libra, we start seeing some of those actions that Virgo pushes along for to start to come through, to start to come into fruition for us. And, getting those actions starting to come from actions into the word, into like from a noun into a verb, I suppose you can do it, the actual doing of the actions. Now, Scorpio likes to reveal secrets, okay? So if you have not been working in your true, authentic, honest, integrity self, or you have perhaps been misleading people or been misleading relationships, or even just misleading yourself, which is the worst thing ever, because you cannot fool your inner child when you're on a spiritual growth journey, okay? Inner children are just not stupid. Scorpio will reveal all of that to you. It'll shine a big spotlight on everything. So, and then after Scorpio, obviously the new moon will smack you with the Sagittarius, which is time for you to have a little bit of space, create a little bit of space, have a bit of breather and a timeout. New moon in Sagittarius will be on the 26th of December. So essentially we've got like really 14 days, 13 days now of very intense energies. And really, it shouldn't really surprise us, because we've got all of 2019, all of from really 2015, 16, 17, different for different people, of course, and where you're sitting in your astro chart and your purpose and your life path. But all of those energies that we've been accumulating over the last couple of years, this is like the universe's last ditch for us to release all that crap. So we've got that space to start our 2020 or a 22 master number, a universal master number for next year, a very individual, powerful place. We want to be able to create that power for us. So the moon will swap, as I said, between 2 and 3 days into each of the zodiacs. Okay, so it's a quick thing. It is not some weird, crazy thing at the end of the year. Okay, it does this all the way year round. It's just that we're not always aware of it. And we focus so much on the full and the new moon, as I mentioned, that we forget about the influences that we can use to advantage in between. So I really wanted to highlight that for you, because so many of us are like, we just want 2019 to be over. And I do too. It's been a very tough year for a lot of people that I've read for, a lot of people that I love, a lot of people that are no longer in my life for various different reasons. It's been a tough year. That's seriously. But I also don't want to bring in 2020 with the same mindset or that same perception, or take my bullshit from this year into 2020. I really want it to be a whole new kettle of fish. I really want to bring in a really good dynamic energy of what that looks like, and how I'm going to focus on transforming who I am as a person, transforming my business, and then obviously passing along those learnings to all of the people that come along and listen to my talks and listen to my platforming and all that sort of stuff as well. So it's an interesting time ahead, and it is a last minute ditch. So if you've been working on yourself and you're really happy with where you're sitting, you will probably still get some of those things revealing to you, still feel some of those emotions as the moon takes through those really transformational signs that make us think about emotion and how we're doing things, and get us up in our brain a little bit and give us a fire in our belly. Fuel things along. So we'll go on that journey. But it's really important that if you want to start the 2020 year, the 22 master year, on a really good, even, balanced way, you need to clear out the shit that doesn't serve you anymore from this decade. Just get rid of it, okay? It'll be difficult. I do a soul transformation package. If you're interested, have a look at my website up there and down there. And there's lots of other supporting readings that you can have as well that will kickstart you along your transformation, so you can start to reap some of the benefits, so you can start to breathe into the new decade, the good decade of starting to reap the benefits of all that shit that you've been through that you can just let go of now. So it's been a very interesting couple of weeks for sure. And 2 weeks doesn't seem like a lot of time, and it's not. But if we use it wisely, we can certainly, once that new moon comes into Sagittarius, we can distance ourselves from things that are just not going to help us grow. It's as simple as that. And we really need to make sure that our crops and ourselves and the type of fertilizer that we have and the type of things that we're growing in our garden are just, what we actually want, and not what we've been told that we want, okay, or what we think we might want. So it's very interesting times ahead. So hang out if you get stuck, as always. My help is always here. But yeah, hang on to your knickers, especially if you've been a shithead. If you've been a shithead, the universe is about to let you know that she's prepared to wipe the slate clean, but you have to do the work, and you have to admit to yourself that you've been a shithead. So, yeah, that's the way it happens. Okay, hello from Sydney. Hello from Sydney. I'm in Sydney too. Oh, Leanne Lulu is here. Christopher Wiggins. Hello, Christopher. Nice to see you. Rachel. Hello. Bella Boo. Hello. Right. Kat Coogan definitely felt more emotional the last few days. Yeah, and you know what? It's going to do that to us. And I think part of anybody's learning or healing journey is to just allow those emotions to surface and identify them and understand why they're there, and see if there's a trigger, what that trigger was, and look at yourself how your best friend would look at you, okay? Because we're so tough on ourselves sometimes. But and then look at ourselves in such a way that it's not a personal attack. Don't take it as a criticism. Take it as okay, this is an opportunity for me to learn about myself. Why did I get cranky when someone said that? The answer is in with me. I need to work that out. So yeah, just it's going to be an emotional time, but it'll be good. It'll be good. All right. What else have we got here? Daniela, I'm very well, thank you. Priscilla from New Zealand, hello. Oh, Magdalena's here. Hello, my darling. Right, just going to scroll. South Africa. Wow. I'm really well. Is it true you need to recharge your crystals with the moon? If true, and if yes, how? Okay, a couple of different ways you can do this. Now, some crystals are very porous, okay, so they take in the water. Selenite is like that. So there's white selenite, there's peach selenite, there's a couple of different flavors of selenite, if that's what you want to call it. They should not be out in direct moonlight, because sometimes the dampness is in the air as well. So just choose which ones you put out. I put my really super sensitive crystals on the windowsill so they can see the moonlight, but they're not out in the elements. Some of the tougher ones, it doesn't matter if they get out there and get a bit of dirt on them, put them in pot plants and things like that. As long as they're not porous, as long as they're not going to take on that water and dissolve, they won't dissolve obviously right before your eyes, but it does upset the molecular structure of the crystal. Then you can put them out, on the grass, or put them out on a bench. I have over 200 crystals. I have probably close to 300 crystals now. I don't put them out in the moonlight. I open the curtain and I just let the sunbeam come in through the window, because it would literally take me half a day to put all my stuff out there, and it would literally take me half the night to bring it back in. I make sure that they're clean of debris. I make sure that there's no dust sitting on them. I talk to them. I'm a bit weird like that. I let them know that I love them and that I'm looking after them and that they look after me in return. So you can put them out if you want. You can put them in dirt. You can play music. You can smudge them. You can do whatever feels right for you. But I will let you know that before you do any cleaning of any description in crystals, really make sure that you have an understanding of which crystals you can clean, how you can clean them in the safest possible way, because the last thing you want to do is break anything or change the structure so it weakens the crystal. Not so much the power of the crystal, but how it's formed. So if you've got a selenite ball, I use a selenite as my crystal ball. I know that if I put that outside under the full moon, even if it looks like a clear night, there's still dew in the air, that will eventually break down my selenite and she will crack or she'll split somewhere, okay? And it's quite a soft gemstone, I suppose, at the best of times. So just make sure that you educate yourself a little bit about which crystals are safe to put out there so they don't break on you. And then bring them in. You can put them out. You don't have to put them out right at the time that the full moon is rumored to be at full moon, okay? Yesterday in Australia, our full moon was at 4:12. In Sydney, where I am, Queensland 3:12, the States was 12:12. It doesn't make any difference really, because the full moon, you'll have that that power of that energy feeling for really, a couple of days, 24 hours, that the moon will be in that particular cycle. So you've got plenty of time to do it. Hello. Oh, my little egghead is here. Hello, Katina. Okay. Rani would like to know more about yourself. Rani, if you give me your date of birth, I can give you the breakdown of what the year was, as far as Western influence, universal year influence, and what you were born under for that. So, yeah. Okay, we're going out with a bang. Whose birthday is it? Wait, Rachel. It is your birthday, the 13th, isn't it? Friday the 13th. So your birthday for us. Yay. I hope you've had a lovely, lovely birthday, Rachel. Thank you for tuning in. Priscilla's had a hard 2019. Absolutely, Priscilla. There's lots going on for you. There's some anxiety around that as well. Okay, so heart trauma for you. Heart trauma, Priscilla. So protecting your heart, getting your heart where you need it to be. Yeah, carrying too many burdens, okay? So taking on too much and not being able to, and you do need to let some things go. Letting things go doesn't mean that you've missed out or you're admitting defeat. It just means that they no longer serve you and you're okay and you're comfortable and you're safe to let them go. So identify what it is that you don't want to take into 2020. And that could be people, could be career, could be lots of different things. Someone just said to me, children, I'm like, no, we can't do that, you know, but we can certainly put boundaries in place so we don't take behaviors of children if you have little ones around you that are causing you some grief. So decide what it is. Look at yourself as a work in progress, and decide what's going to add to your painting of yourself and what's going to subtract from it. And if it's subtracting and there's a very minimal investment for you and your time, then you need to have a look at whether that's something that you want to continue to do or not, okay, in all areas of your life. And that goes for you too, Rani. Hello, everybody. Trudy Armstrong. I've got these cards. I kind of think that they're some sort of goddess deck. I've got no idea. I don't even know when I got them. I just picked them because they're little and they fit in my hands. Goes bigger, hey. Okay. So this is for, sorry about that message, guys. Trudy Armstrong. Oh, new beginnings are coming for you, and it's about time, because if you did continue on the path that you were continuing on, you'd be forced to take some time out. So you're basically burning the candle at both ends, and when that happens, you run out of fuel in your tank, okay? So now's the time for you to say that's enough. I want to clear that clutter out. Bit of oppression. Why is there an oppression? New beginnings are coming for you, though. New beginnings in the way of a relationship. If you're already in a relationship, things are going to start to change the way you view that relationship or the way that you interact in that relationship. But whatever happened and however that happened, it's an opportunity for you to have a new beginning as far as how your happiness level is concerned, okay? So if you're in a relationship and he's just being a ratbag, or your partner is being a ratbag, go and have those conversations, and if you're not happy with the outcome, then it's safe and fine for you to leave and go and do something else with your life. If you're in a relationship and he decides or she decides that they want to be able to move forward with you, and they want to do that in an adult, mature, emotional IQ manner, then there's an opportunity that things will get better for you. So whatever it is in your particular circumstance, there's a cause for celebration. So if it's very traditional celebration as well. So there could be a marriage on the cards, a renewal of vows, or a traditional style of relationship that's coming in for you. It's really quite nice. It's a nice one. So if you're not in a relationship now, you can look forward to something coming into your life that is claiming back your own power. Nice. Doesn't mince his words either, okay? Okay. Hello from the Central Coast. Hello, Deb from the Central Coast. Okay, Bella Boo, Judy. Let's have a little look. Balancing things around. You've got a decision to make and you're not really sure which one it is. You're kind of leaning more towards one side and not the other, and that's fine. When you make that decision, Spirit will be with you. Now, I just instantly picked up my Spirit Quartz, okay, and this is a very strong crystal. It calls in for spirit, chatting to dead people. So what I would offer to you is get yourself some Spirit Quartz, or start listening to the messages that Spirit are popping in your mind. You are clear empathy, okay? So what that means is that you will be a bit of a sponge around other people's energy levels. So be mindful of who you're around at this particular time while you're making your decision. Don't ask too many people for their opinions on which way you should do. You need to go within to get the answers that you need, okay? Because that'll make more sense for you. There's an opportunity for you to earn more money and have a lot more stability, and potentially twin flame relationship going on there, riding into victory. So these are really positive outcomes for you, okay? That's very cool. That's for Bella Boo. Nice one. Wendy would like a card. Wendy's putting boundaries in place, and she's having a bit of a struggle with that. But what that means is you're learning to say no when you just want to say no. You're not feeling guilty about saying no when you need to say no as well. So, and it's really putting you in a very, very powerful position. It says that sometimes you feel a little bit overwhelmed, like you can't get out of situations, okay? And this is really about boundary setting as well. And it just says, you know, you're going to come out on top. So, And when you do that, you know, take the blindfold off, put your head out of the sand and have a good look at what's going on around you, because you're actually able to breathe life to new things. Okay, so bring new ideas to fruition and give birth to those new ideas. So if you want to look at changing your career or going to work for yourself or doing some sort of healing modality, then 2020 is definitely a time for you to take a more serious approach to how you do that and how you bring that into your life. Okay, Katina, let's have a look. Oh, contemplation and change on the card for you. So you're having a little bit of a time out as well. Past, present, future is coming in for you. You're trying to work out how you're going to make all three. How you're going to make all three balance. Okay. So in order for you to be present, you can't be too much in the past. You can't be too much in the future. So whilst we learn the spirit, whilst we learn from those lessons that we went through in the past, and while we want to apply that experience and those lessons to the future, sometimes if we're thinking too much in front or too much behind, then we miss out on what is right in front of us. So while you're contemplating what you're going to do next, try to be in the present as much as possible. Try to let go of any of the past hurt that may be influencing your decision-making process now, and try not to think too much about what the outcome might be, because the universe will have that outcome. We've already chosen all these things before we come here this lifetime, so you're not going to really put a foot wrong. Okay, so don't stress about that sort of stuff. Make your decision, and really, if you need to go away to make that decision, do that. Okay, go away, meaning, you know, a weekend away or an overnight stay somewhere, or take yourself to the beach if you can't get away overnight. Take yourself away so you can be in a neutral ground. You're not just in your backyard or in your own space. You've got new smells and new things around you and new scenes that you can think about. And that will help progress you. I don't know where your headaches are coming from, okay, but the back of my head is quite is starting to hurt. So you're thinking too much, you're in your headspace too much. So live and let go would be a good thing for you, a good little mantra for you. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Kat Coogan, hiding from emotions for so long, but learning that it's okay to feel and cry. You're preaching to the choir, sweetheart. I did not cry until I was well and truly in my mid to late 30s. I would probably say late 30s. Because I always viewed crying as a weakness, because unfortunately whenever I cried in my past relationships in my childhood, somebody saw that as an opportunity to kick me even harder while I was down. So I learned that crying is associated with being weak and not to do that. So I cried on the inside, or I cried by myself, or I never ever let anyone see me cry. And there was probably a number of years where I didn't even shed a tear. So it's really, it's just hard to learn that there's strength and vulnerability. And when I was talking about my story online a number of months ago now, people were saying, oh my God, that's terrible, that's terrible. And I was sitting here the whole time with a massive smile on my face, because it's not my shame, it's not my, it's not, I don't have to live with the decisions that those people made. I only have to live with the decisions that I make. And I make really good decisions for myself, because I know what my worth is now. So let those tears fall. That's how our souls water themselves. And you're getting better at putting boundaries in place. And some people are just going to think that you're a mole when you do that. And you know what? Too bad, so sad. Go on your journey, leave the bullshit behind, take what you need and just go for it. Because your life is actually coming about in a more stable environment, stable way as well, which is something you've been trying to get towards for a number of years now. So you'll be pleased to hear that it's going to start paying dividends for you. Okay, so it's really nice, especially this 2020, 2021 year is going to pay a particular dividend to you, because you've worked your butt off to get this far. And you know that sometimes not everyone can go with you on your journey. And when that happens and you have that peacefulness that it's okay that everyone doesn't have to be around you while you go on your journey, there's just a level of acceptance and a level of peace and calm that comes over you when you have that, you know. So kudos to you. Very well done. All right, guys, I'm going to do one more reading. I'll just have a little look down here. Leanne, Heather does the same. Yeah, in the window. Look, I think it's just easier for me to do that because one of our altars, okay, my working altar, the one I do all my witchy craft stuff on, it is like taller than me. I'm 5'3", and you know I can't see the top of it. I have to go on my tippy toes, and it's 6 cubes, so 16 cubes. So it is huge, and all of our crystals and all of our things are on that. So I'm not moving that, but I'm happy to open the window, and I'm happy to do the intention and set that and put the blessing out there. So you know, it's just, for me, that works because I believe that it works, and I believe that that's all my crystals need because I prop them up in every other way that I possibly can. And I've always got some, and I pull them out and I showcase them and I talk to them, and I don't have names for them. And these ones obviously are celestial quartz and a spirit quartz. So I have my favorites that I remember, but most of the time they're confusionite, but I say confusionite with the utmost of love because I just can't remember what they are. So but crystals are a lot of fun, and I highly recommend that, you know, if the singing bowls and other the sort of sound therapy stuff doesn't resonate with you, then try the, oh, there we go, then try the crystals, because crystals have their own frequency, and they have spirit, they're telling me to shut up. And they have their own frequency, and that's I've got someone in my ear, and you're able to interpret the energy based on the crystal. So always choose your crystals intuitively, okay, because it's a frequency that you're putting out there at that particular time, or that they're trying to attract your attention to. Yeah. Cool. Okay. I've had trouble sleeping. Leanne, there's a couple of different things you can do for that. You can set yourself a sleeping routine. In your particular case, you have trouble shutting your brain down at night time. You've got an attraction to Native American drumming, okay? Not the flute stuff. Try to get just the drumming, and the one that you want really is Native American, because it mimics the earth's heartbeat, and you will your brain will just go, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So give that a whirl, see if that works for you. There's lots of stuff on YouTube. Nothing pops in my mind right now, okay? But as soon as you start Googling, and you will do that, then you will be able to find the right one that will resonate with you fairly easily, okay? That will help you. There's also a leaf called, tell me please, thank you, it's called neem leaf, NEEM, okay, and that helps with a whole bunch of stuff, but it will certainly help with sleeping. There's another herb called Melissa, like the lady's name Melissa, okay, and that will also support sleep as well. So it's a little bit boost up from chamomile and lavender and all that sort of stuff, and neem leaf is like another couple of levels above Melissa as well. So you'll do either or. Neem leaf can be a little bit harder to get. Make sure that you get the proper neem leaf and not some knockoff shit that doesn't help, okay? So and you have it in a tea. You can have it in tea. I'm being told now that you're going to get in capsule form. I'm not sure, I haven't seen that, but I have seen the tea version of it. So give that a whirl and let me know how you go. Spirit is quite high for you at the moment too, okay? So they are trying to get messages through to you. You can tell them to shut the fuck up while you're sleeping. I do it all the time. Sometimes they laugh at me and keep talking to me anyway, and then I send my gatekeeper in. So if you get a cheeky spirit and they want to play, either give me a holler. You can do that telepathically, let me know that you need me to do that for you, or send me a message if you're tangible and you need to do the human stuff, so you know that the message is being heard. Nice work. Okay. Show the Roland. Hang on. Show that we're coming back to you. My date of birth, 20th of July, 1970. I'm going to pull out my cheat sheet for you, Laurie. Give me 2 seconds. I need to find my cheat sheet. There it is. Right. Let me have a look at your date of birth again. 20th of July. And you're born 1979. Okay. So sweets. This is my complex layer cheat sheet. Okay, so basically what I do is I have a look at the energy that was surrounding the year that you were born, and then I have a look at what the numerological universal influence was, and then I tell you what you're here to learn. Okay, so that will give you a little bit of framework around what you need to do and how you can progress forward. So you're born the year of Cancer. So this has got nothing to do with your zodiac and your month. It's the year that you were born. Okay, so you were born year of Cancer. You were born under an 8. Okay, so we're looking at numerology as well as astrology here. And 8s are here to learn about control. Now, when people say that, it could be that you could be a doormat, or it could be that you're a little bit too far. You could be the one wiping your feet as opposed to the one under your feet. So it's about balance in how you apply that control and apply that self-discipline, and whether you allow others to take your control, or whether you're so fiercely defending your control that you can become narcissistic in your traits. Okay, so you get to decide how that learned control mechanism works for you. Okay, obviously Cancer is a water sign, so it's an emotional there's emotions around that for you. You're born the year of the goat under the eastern influence, and you're an earth sign. So that says to me that you can be quite stubborn. Sometimes it's a bit hard to shift you when you get on your high goat. When you're in an emotional state, it can be hard to shift you. You can be really down in the dumps with a lot of stuff. Once you get past that and you start to relax a little bit more, and you start to feel like you're coming back up into a higher vibrationary stuff, then that's when life starts to settle down for you, and you start to relax a little bit more, and then you come back into that beautiful Cancerian emotional beautiful energy that you have as a normal, as a normal stereotypical stuff. There was something that just popped in for you as well that I wanted you to have a look at. So you don't have any 3s in your chart, which is interesting. You don't have any 5s and you don't have any 8s. So how you interact with others can be a little bit of an issue for you as well. Sometimes you just want to withdraw. Doesn't mean that you're not good with people. It just means that there'll come a point where you're just not interested in being too much a part of the party circle. And when you do that, you'll start to really come into your own. Everything's about balance for you. You're very intuitive. You like to make sure that things are working towards a result, or results driven, but you can be quite sensitive when people say things to you as well. It's about learning control of your emotions and how those emotions do. You'd be really good actually at having a look at Abraham Hicks' emotional guidance scale. They're not in your head. Okay, so you've already come across this at some point in your life. Okay, so when you see that, it may trigger a memory for you, or you automatically already know what I'm talking about. But that's the emotional guidance scale, and that would teach you how to raise your vibration and be a little bit more aware of what's going on for you, so you can learn that control of self. Okay, very cool. Nice. Cheat sheet, beautiful. I love it. I was just sitting here one day and Spirit channeled it, and I'm like, okay, let's do that. So, yeah, that's what we do. We just do what they tell me to do. Okay, guys, I'm going to pack it up from there. If you missed me tonight, I'm very sorry. There's lots of you. All right, there's one little lady here that I need to have a look at. Christine Maynard. How should I let go of negative with my stepdaughter and get closer? Okay, it's a mindset thing for both of you, okay? You're both dreading interacting with one another, and it's really tough because you both got beautiful, similar, common traits, okay? And they're lovely traits. It's just not functioning for you guys at the moment. You need to find some sort of common ground on how you're going to move forward with, because you both want the right thing, but sometimes it's just hard to articulate and get each other to see what the right thing is. If you can let go of the negative feelings, and you can be not the better person, okay, because I think that sometimes that's a bit of a fucking cop-out, But if you can let go of some of the negative emotions around how you feel about her, and perhaps think of 10 things before you go and see her or go near her, or interact with her, think of 10 things that are really wonderful about her, okay, and find some positives about it to try to shift that low vibrationary emotion or frequency that you're putting out. So then when you guys do get together, she goes, oh, the frequency is different. She's not even going to know necessarily that you're raised your vibration, but she will come up and try to meet you, okay? And that's idealistically how you're going to maneuver the situation in such a way that the frequency shifts, okay? Because if you go in with a negative vibration, you're both already off, okay? And then she comes in and she matches your negative vibration, and you just can't get your shit together. And she's left the field in her thought patterns, okay? But you're very smart and you're a very old soul, and she's a not just physically young, but she's soul young as well, okay? So your tolerance level is zilch compared to how much she can annoy you. So you're going to have to lead the way. I'm sorry, there's no easy way to say it. You can lead the way, but I have trust that you can do that, because the overall thing is not revenge on her or hatred for her or anger with her. It's to get closer to the kids, okay, and have that beautiful loving relationship. So your intent is pure, so it will work. So you just have to shift the way your mindset is around that, okay? And there's a 9 of Cups, so that's the completion cycle. So that's feeling very, very smug, very happy with the outcome. So that's a nice reading for you. I wanted to do that because I don't have anything to do with my family. And that is perfect. Please don't write, I'm so sorry, because my parents are assholes. You wouldn't want anything to do with them either. But when I can see the level of love in Christine's vibration and what she's putting out there, then it's important for me to let her know what I'm feeling as well. So also don't be afraid to speak up as well. But choose your audience, to choose how you do it. Radio, guys. Ray Louise, if your soul is destined to do a course but you can't find the money to do it, how do you line up with the financial abundance to fund it? Okay. You've already sabotaged yourself. You've sabotaged yourself because you can't find the money. So instead of saying your soul is destined to do a course but you can't find the money, say the right course for me will just appear. Everything in my life is perfect, whole, and complete. So the right course for me will magically appear. That's a nicer way of saying it. Don't mention can't. Don't mention, because the universe, because can't and fear, can't is a fear, okay? And that's a low vibrationary emotion, a low vibrationary frequency. And on the guidance scale, as an example, that's just like really low shit. We don't want that. The what you think about, you bring about. So you're thinking, I can't. Where am I going to get this money from? How am I going to come up with this money? And you're actually putting that vibration out there. So if you shift that mindset into an abundant mindset, so the money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Everything that I need in my life for my success, for my highest good, will come to me easily and effortlessly. So they say those sorts of things, okay? Put your intention out there every night before you go to bed. My life is perfect, whole, and complete. And focus on that as opposed to focusing on, fuck, how am I going to get this money? Okay, how am I going to do this? I'm supposed to do this course and I just can't get there. That's negative vibration. So move that aside, change the way you're looking at this. And your life is perfect, whole, and complete, because everything in your life will happen in perfect divine timing. All of the opportunities, there's not one opportunity in life that will pass by you if it's for you. Okay, the Scots say, what's for you will never go by you. So that means what is for you will not pass by you. It will stop. It will keep coming back to you. That's why we get shitty boyfriends until we get it. Oh, we got it. Okay, now we can get rid of the shitty boyfriends. So It's a mindset thing. Change your mindset and you will be able to manifest that money, okay? If anybody here wants a copy of my manifesting manual, just PM me. I will give you a copy for free, okay? There's no gimmick. There's no catch. I want you to be able to manifest a great life for you. If you're having trouble with manifesting that, you might need to have a look at shifting some of those self-sabotaging belief patterns that you have. I can help you with that as well. But the manifesting manual is yours for free. So if you want a copy, send me a PM and I will, it's a PDF ebook, so I can send it to you. All right, my guys. I am out of here. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you everyone that came along. If you'd like to see more of me or have a reading for yourself, please do check out Insights by Janita. I am all over the internet. If you put my name in YouTube or you put my name in Google, you will find something that I'm in. So please do that. If you're interested in transforming your soul, now's the time to do it. Today is the perfect day. Tomorrow will be the perfect day. You decide for yourself when you want to do that. But in the meantime, all my love to you. Thank you very much for your support. And I'll see you again next week. Bye for now, guys.